Greetings and salutations everyone. Going further along with our Battle for Azeroth videos, I'd like to take this video to talk about the new group within the Forsaken faction known as the Desolate Council, which is an organization of Forsaken who took it upon themselves to lead the Undercity in the absence of Sylvanas Windrunner, with her warchief duties bringing her out of her land. I will say now that given that the book that details this council further, it won't be out until June 12th of 2018. Yay, late birthday present for me. We won't really know who exactly is a part of this council or what they will be doing. Despite this, I'll be doing my best of my capabilities to speculate on just who is a part of this council. Take a lot of these ideas with grains of salt, as some are just plain out there, so if you want to not be spoiled by who this Desolate Council just might be, I would leave the video, and I'll catch you later maybe. Maybe my speculation will be right. Anyways, with all that being said, let's begin, shall we? What we know so far about this council is that they are primarily Forsaken, that reside in the Undercity. So we can easily narrow out such races like orcs, trolls, Tauren, etc. It's a Forsaken council that is leading in Sylvanas' absence. There is though the possibility of an undead elf in the council, since the Forsaken are made up of mostly undead humans and undead elves, with a minimal amount of leprognomes in there. But let's be honest, nobody's gonna let those guys on a council. What's interesting to note is that this council heard what happened in Stormheim and greatly frowned upon Sylvanas' actions, and also her failure in capturing Aegir, as that meant no future for them as a race. They also oppose in Sylvanas' wish for both her and the Forsaken people to be immortal, so they're basically a council that have taken over leadership of the Undercity while Sylvanas has been away, and from what I can guess is that they are gaining in popularity with the Forsaken people, since Sylvanas is too busy to give her people attention as warchief. The question then still lies ahead of us on who exactly is part of this council. Well, let's speculate on that. I have 3 ideas as to who these people are and what their plans just might be. Let's start with who might be in this Desolate Council, with the simplest of answers that I could come up with amongst my 3 ideas. My simplest of answers is that this is a completely new group of Forsaken who have gained traction from spreading the words that Sylvanas has, unintentional pun, forsaken them, and is too preoccupied as warchief to busy herself with their predicaments. So basically new characters who were fed up with how things were being run and managed to swindle the Forsaken into agreeing with their points of view. This is definitely both the weakest guess and way that Blizzard could do things, and I for one don't think this will be the case. But this might just go with the third point, which is very mixed and very out there. I will say that now. My next answer is that the Forsaken who are a part of this Desolate Council are actually notable names within the Forsaken race, who aren't for Sylvanas' cause, and when she left to act as warchief, they made their move to spark change within their brothers and sisters, to act against their queen's wishes. This one's definitely the more likely in my eyes, but also needs a little bit more details than the other from before. So I have compiled a list of both who I think will be a part of this Desolate Council, and who won't. We'll start off who I think won't be a part of the Desolate Council, who are notable Forsaken. Nathanos Brightcaller, champion of the Banshee Queen. Belmont, Deathstalker commander. Master Apothecary Farinel, leader of the Apothecary. Alexei Berev, heir of the House Berev. Shademaster Kieran, Forsaken assassin. Sharilinda, Banshee and advisor to Sylvanas. Mortus, Grand Executor. Darnell.
Yeah, it's up with your boy Darnell. This past week was the Fire Festival.
The Black Bride, Forsaken Commander. The Forsaken I just listed all above were those that have never once pegged me as ones to oppose their queen Sylvanas. They all seemed like the type to continue to listen to Sylvanas without question. Now I definitely might have missed some NPCs, but basically all those who have indefinitely pledge themselves to Sylvanas are the types I see still following her. This definitely narrows it down quite a bit, considering a vast majority of the Forsaken are constant followers of Sylvanas. Hell, some of the people I just listed could have defected to the Desolate Council afterwards. But I based my thoughts on their current thoughts, not so much their afterthoughts. Here are those that I believe are a part, or are the main leaders of the Desolate Council. Alonza's Fall, Bishop of Secrets and founder of the Paladins. Morel Fellstorm, champion of the Tears Guard. Leonid Bartholomew, Forsaken Argent Crusader. Lillian Voss, former daughter of a Scarlet Commander. Gunther Arcanus, Forsaken Necromancer in Tearsfall. Hellkiller, apprentice of Kel'Thuzad, he's also a Necromancer. This list is a lot smaller than the others, and that's mostly because I based it on their current points of view. As stated before, we may very well see new faces that express their concerns on Sylvanas and her goals, but these ones don't really seem to be for the Banshee Queen either, or at the very least are extremely distant from her views. I also think it'd be a lot easier if the Forsaken who are in this council were also very notable, and could easily rally the Forsaken to their sides based on their accomplishments. Some of these names are probably familiar to you, such as Alonza's Fall and Miro Fellstorm, who aren't a part of the Horde or the Forsaken. However, they are undead and both have heavy ties to Lordaeron and its people. I could see Alonza's Fall trying to convince Arthas' sister of the same order hole to reclaim her crown as Lordaeron's queen. The issue with that is that she wants no part of it. And Morel is a part of the Tears Guard, which was founded by the Council of Tearsfall, the very land the Forsaken dominate in. The main issue with these two is their neutrality and occupations in the class orders. The Council would have to have been made right after Kil'jaeden's death, or the Legion's end, which from my understanding, the Council was made during Sylvanas' absence as War Chief, which could be at any given time. But I could see them among the leadership, definitely, or a part of the organization. As for both Hellkiller and Gunther, who are both necromancers and both could easily be agents of the new Lich King and Desolate Council, they could just be another ploy of reuniting the Forsaken with the Scourge, or under Kel'Thuzad, who is Hellkiller's teacher and is still MIA. This does go against a lot of what the Forsaken is, but without Sylvanas, what exactly is the Forsaken? The Forsaken were once Scourge and easily could become so again, whether they're tricked into it or not. Kel'Thuzad could easily also oppose Bolvar with a Forsaken faction under his belt. It would also be nice to see motivation from Sylvanas, even more, to end this Desolate Council, to save her people from that fate once more. Also, it'd be awesome for a Sylvanas and Kel'Thuzad encounter. It would bring a lot of Warcraft 3 vibes back for me. We could also see more Forsaken versus Scourge storylines too. The rest that I named I won't get into too much detail. They just never really seemed for staying as Forsaken forever, or for that Forsaken life. They're either extremely neutral or just opposing their queen's views. And remember, all that I named wouldn't be leaders of the council, but could just be a part of it. Like, I can't see Lillian Voss leading in the council, but definitely could see her being a part of it. Now, the Desolate Council could just legitimately be a good cause of the Forsaken, who just don't want to be immortal and just oppose Sylvanas, and no evil scheme. Could be Blizzard's new way of handling the Forsaken and Sylvanas' future. But for me, I for one am not convinced they're a kind organization as they appear to be, or as they might be. But we'll get into that shortly. My third and final point, which definitely is a rather perplexing one, I must admit, is that the Desolate Council are dreadlords. No, I am not joking. No, I am not trying to push that god-awful meme. Now, I know everyone's probably sick of demons, and I am too, but hear me out on this one. Now, we know that not every dreadlord was killed in Twisting Nether, or on Argus. There are still plenty of dreadlords still missing, or didn't get killed in the Nether, like Mal'Ganis, Tichondrius, who was killed in the Nighthold, and Deathrock in Stormwind, killed in the Rogue campaign. and many, many more. But why do I say this far-fetched idea? I say it because of Verimothras. Too much of what that guy says sounds both fabricated and played out, so I believe that the Legion had a fallback plan should Sargeras and the Legion fall. I believe that the Dreadlords, who are the best at causing infighting, plotted with one another to make Azeroth burn within. By putting blame on Sylvanas, who Verimothras greatly despises after what she did to him, so he tells the Horde and Alliance to be cautious of Sylvanas, and that she'll start a war, which the Alliance would take into great consideration, I'd imagine. But that war is actually a fabrication that the Dreadlords and the Legion plotted. The Dreadlords would disguise themselves as either notable Forsaken or no-named Forsaken, and rouse the people up with truths and lies on their queen, convincing them that immortality is not for them and that a glorious death is a way to go. The path of war and the burning of Teldrassil will be their true deaths. That's right, I do think the Desolate Council will be the ones to burn down Teldrassil, and I do think these Dreadlords are the ones to cause it all starting with that big fat liar Verimothras, which begins the battle for Azeroth and the blame of Sylvanas and the Horde, trying to both clear her name and tell the Alliance off. Alright guys, yeah, I admit the last one is a bit out there, and I think the first or the second is more possible. I think a lot of this will go hand in hand in why Lordaeron was taken as easily as it was, and why we saw the lack of Forsaken in the battle. Who do you guys think the Desolate Council is made of? Do you guys think the Desolate Council are actually a positive thing or a negative thing? Leave your comments below and I'll probably answer to them. I'm Skull Shorties and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you for watching, and ciao for now.